Howdy folks, Rebecca Jolly here. I am the Jolly Alchemist, and today I'm going to give you the neutrino forecast for today. It's like a weather report for the energies of the universe. Very interesting. But today we have moved into the right angle cross of laws. And this is defined by 56 and 60 on our conscious side of the cross, and it has 350 on the other side. So 3 is mutative beginnings right here, and 50 is this gate of values coming out of the spleen here. And then, of course, the cross that we're in our beginning of right now is 56. That's the storyteller right here on this side from the mind to the throat, and also 60, which is the other end of the 360 channel. So 60 is much more about maintaining old ways. So you basically have the old and the new. So the 60 is the old and the 3 is that mutative new. So people who were born on this cross have this channel, which gives them automatically generator capacity and also root activation. So they know how to deal with pressure in a way that you can see I have had to learn the hard way, or am still in the process of learning the hard way how to deal with it. So 56 and 60 in line 1 today. Line 1 always gives us a little bit of interesting insight into the nature of that gate and also of the channel itself. 56 one is quality, the quality of practical, valuable ideas. And 60 is acceptance of external limitations. My daughter is cross of laws in the 4th quarter. This is the 2nd quarter that we're in now. And the 2nd quarter is much more about civilization, building, doing things in our lives, whereas the 4th quarter is working about what did we learn, transformation, and getting ready to die. But the gates are similar in all those cases. It's just about all 4 configurations of how those gates work out. So we have our lawyers being born here, and this is of course making sense because our lawyers have been showing up all through the gate of details or the cross of details and obscuration, and now here into truly the cross of laws. So we have the very beginnings of that, in that things are being practical. So we have the practical storyteller and the acceptance of external limitations. So, I wondered about this for a while. Limitations? Like, how is that a good thing? But, I gave my daughter a blessing years and years ago, and I blessed her with limitations, with weakness. And at the time, I didn't fully understand it, but my intuitive sense was that there was something there for her. And now that I understand her chart a little bit better, I see that she is meant to deal with the issue of limitations on so many levels. What kinds of limitations there can be, from physical limitations to emotional and relationship and spiritual, all these limitations. And I see her struggling with that and, having more or less success. She's her own person, and I don't have a whole lot of influence over her at this point, but to watch it from the outside is a fascinating study on seeing someone deal with limitations. So it's very interesting, and we as a whole entire planet are going through a few days where we're all dealing with this subject of, okay, what are our limitations and how is it that we need to face our limitations? So our moon is moving into gate 2, line 1 at this as of the timestamp of this reading, which is the very beginning of the day on the west coast of America. But it's, the whole world is feeling it all in this same time period, so it's not that big of a deal exactly when that energy shows up. But 2-1 is intuition, intuitive higher knowing and aesthetics. So Gate 2 is coming out here out of the G center. This is the gate of the driver, and it is the most receptive gate in all of the chart. So this is the most magnetic and the most powerful in terms of being able to bring in energies to manifest, that magnetic power that we as generators have to really magnetically pull the things that are there for us. So we're getting a real taste of that today as we go through this with the moon. The moon will also be moving through 23. That's the gate of explanation coming here out of the throat, the bottom of this channel here. And also 8, which is coming out of the other end in the other direction, and that is creative contributions, which we've been feeling all through the global energy for a while now. But we just moved out of that, of course, into the 20, which is giving us this impulsive now sort of feeling. This right here, which completes my integration circuitry. Where is my, there it is. Yes, the 34 and the 57 and the 10 coming together with this 20. So I now have an opportunity in these next months when the 20 is activated to be self-empowered, and I am actually feeling that energy. I'm feeling much more power to make extra videos and to explain things, to write, and so you can hope to be seeing some more videos for me. And I am still working on the very short form of what will eventually have to be a book on how in the world could some basic bitch like me call herself an alchemist. So it's coming. We'll see. All good things in all good time. I can't really rush this sort of thing. I'm receptive. I don't push anymore, even as a specialist or a manifesting generator. At least I'm not supposed to, and I'm trying very hard not to. So our next shift that we have today is in Venus, and Venus moves into 35, line 6. That is the line of correction, the energy to correct in order to eliminate evil. And that does have a little bit of a connection to the song that came in for today. I have never heard this song before, but how pointed, how relevant. It's called Dear God by XTC. Basically somebody's love letter to God saying, you know what? I don't think we need you. In fact, I think we've been pretty much fucked up by the whole idea of you that we created out of our own heads to help us get somewhere, and it hasn't worked. We don't need that shit. And I was just like, well, there it is. The energy to correct in order to eliminate evil. It's sort of like the idea itself of God isn't really intended to be evil. It was meant to be helping us to be good and find our higher selves, but it's kind of like how Christianity was used as the justification for the Crusades. So much death, so much suffering, so much evil. I don't really like to use that word very much, but it is the word that 64 Keys uses, all in the name of religion and goodness. So I can definitely see how that all works together in today's song. Personally, I'm amazed and shocked at how I don't have to go digging for these songs. They come to me while I'm writing up the transits. And every day so far, the magic has provided a really good song to epitomize the energy of that day. So go listen to Dear God. Our global energies are the same for today. Our nodes are the same. And our Mercury, which is in retrograde, has left us sitting. I talked about the concept of Mercury in retrograde yesterday, but I didn't actually explore what that's giving us, because what happens is retrograde gives us an extra amount of time to focus on a certain kind of energy. So the question is, what kind of energy is it that we have to focus on during this particular retrograde motion? And it is the energy of 7-3 with a down arrow, and that is the anarchist and the pessimistic anarchist, who is just railing against all institutions. And so look around you and look in the world and see where you see this energy of anything that has to do with any institution or any established way of thinking about things altogether. Throw it out. I can't stand it. Oh, just so much against it. In fact, I'll read you the exact definition of what that 3 was. The anarchist is the rejection of any institutionalized order, and it has a shadow on it, so that is the pessimist who challenges everything and out of rejection wants to destroy any kind of institutionalized order regardless of consequences. So it's a little bit of a baby in bathwater kind of energy that we're edging into. So see if you can feel that. See if you can see it happening in your life. And thanks for watching, folks. Thanks for subscribing, and thanks for coming on board to understanding that these neutrinos are actually carrying valid information that affects us all every single day. So come back tomorrow for what's going to be on the schedule for tomorrow. Oh, one more thing. Cross of Laws. That's this scarf. I thought a while on what would represent the Cross of Laws, but a knitted scarf with a pattern has a very set and specific rule set of how it must be done. It's got to be done exactly this way to work out this way. So that's why we have here our specific pattern to represent the laws and the orderliness that support us in one way, but also provide limitations against which we can push and explore and ultimately grow. So take care of yourselves. I wouldn't say necessarily be lawly, because I'm a bit of an anarchist myself, but for sure, be orderly. There you go. That's my message. Take care of yourselves until tomorrow. Ciao.